Good morning, my reader friends. My name is Erin Rogoff, and welcome back to my BookTube channel, where today we will be ranking all the books that I read in February 2021. In February, I read 7 books. I read The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins, and I also read Bled Dry by Erin McCarthy, and The Gathering Horde by Rich Baker, In Too Deep by Lucia Jordan. I am not showing you this book because it's sort of an R-rated picture on the cover page, so I do not want to get demonetized. Another book that I read in February was Waves of Truth by Matt Buonocore, also Her Vampire Prince by Inez Johnson, which is quite possibly one of my favorite books of all time right now. And, to finish off, I Hope You Stay by Courtney Peppernell. This is a reread because I read this sometime in 2020. I just never included it on my Goodreads page for some reason. All that said, I would love to rank them for you. So, favorite book of the month to least favorite book of the month and all the reasons why. I wouldn't say I hate any of these books because I've read some great books in February, just so you know. So here we go. The first book that is my ultimate favorite read of February 2021 is Her Vampire Prince by Inez Johnson. It is my favorite dark romance novel, and it is my first Stockholm Syndrome romance novel. There are cool characters with even cooler names and various personalities, and it's a part of a series that I can dive further into, and it's an all-around great paranormal romance, a vampire love story, so I highly recommend it. The next book on this list is Bled Dry by Erin McCarthy. It's an Erin McCarthy book, and I love all books by her, and it isn't just because we share the same first name. This book is romantic and intriguing, spicy, and it pulls you in from the first page. There are returning characters as well. Ethan Carrick and Alexis Baldizzi, who got married in book 1, Seamus Fox and Kara Kim, who got married in book 2, Gwenna Carrick, Ethan's sister, Roberto Donatelli, who is such an erratic, evil vampire that you kinda love him, and also Ringo and Kelsey. They are married too, and I love how Kelsey shows off her badass side when she confronts Roberto about bullying Ringo, which was spectacular. I loved it, and I want more from that airhead Kelsey. This book also has a really cool plot that centers around a pregnant female lead. Negating Breaking Dawn of the Twilight Saga, when was the last time you read a book that focused on a couple who are preparing to be parents in day-to-day life of building up to the mommy and daddy status? I also want to say that centuries-old vampire scientist Corbin Jean-Michel Atelier in soon-to-be-a-daddy classes is so cute. The next book I have on this list is I Hope You Stay by Courtney Peppernell. I Hope You Stay by Courtney Peppernell is a beautiful contemporary poetry novel about love and romance. For someone who's terrified of being in relationships, I can still appreciate epic love stories, whether it's poetry or otherwise. This book brings me hope that one day I will shake my shyness around men and fall in love with the man that I am meant to be with, and maybe I will know that he is my soulmate when I am not scared to be around him, because, truth be told, I will be completely honest here, I seem like a very confident person in day-to-day life, but if I am around men who are not in my family, I am shy as heck. The next book on this list is The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. This was one book series where I liked the movies better than the books, not the other way around as it usually is, and the main reason why is because Katniss from the book and Katniss from the movie seemed like two entirely different people. Book Katniss was kind of emotional and shallow, while movie Katniss was rather stoic and the bit of the loner type. Rereading this series made me appreciate the books in a new light, and I was able to find details that I missed before, but saw now, and the characters who weren't in the movies added to the intrigue of the series. I mean the woman from the market, the mayor's daughter who was Katniss's best friend from school, Peeta's parents. Peeta's mom was rather cruel and abusive, and Peeta's dad was at one point in love with Katniss's mom. There was a lot of depth to the characters that weren't in the movies, and I completely missed that when I first read the books. And I know this might sound weird, but dare I say this book is now a favorite reread? I'm still unsure about that, but rereading the rest of the series is now one of my goals for the rest of 2021. The fifth book on this list is The Gathering Horde by Rich Baker. Ever since COVID-19 began, I have had an unbelievable thirst for science fiction novels because this situation that we are all in together feels like it could be a really strange plot out of a sci-fi book. I am a huge sucker for zombie novels, so this book was on my to-read list for such a long time, but I never got around to reading it until February. So my apologies to Rich Baker because this book is fantastic. I loved it. And I am definitely going to read the rest of the series. I have books 1 and 2 on my Kindle, and I do forget how many books there are in the series. The sixth book on this list is one that I am not going to show because I do not want to get demonetized. And that book is In Too Deep by Lucia Jordan. I am a huge fan of Lucia Jordan's work, and there isn't really a book of hers that I do not like. When I am looking for a dark romance novel and don't have a lot of time to read, I generally gravitate to Lucia's novels, and I really enjoyed this novel of hers. Also, the topic of this book is rather spicy, so I don't exactly want to get into describing this because I don't need to get a strike for talking about smut too much. Anyway, the final book on this list is Waves of Truth by Matt Buonocore. I read this book after I heard the news of my Aunt Wendy's passing, and this was a book that I was grateful for reading, but I don't see it as a favorite reread. I will be honest with you guys about my aunt's passing. It's very hard for me to talk about, and I still get emotional just thinking about it. But concerning my aunt's demise, I think of a quote from Leonard Nimoy, who remains one of my biggest idols. He said, "Loss of life is to be mourned, but only if it was wasted." And the reason I say that is because my Aunt Wendy's life was not wasted whatsoever. Anyway, that is all for today, so if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button to show some support, subscribe to my BookTube channel to get more videos like this, turn those notifications on to be notified when I have a brand new video uploaded pretty much every other day. Keep on reading and have a great day, everyone.